on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Was a very unique and very different kind of quiz competition. Around 1.5 years back, and I'm not kidding here, around 1.5 years back, the organizers, led by Mr. Tak Matthews, contacted us and said that they wanted to put together a quiz completely on industry standards and regulations for the escalator and elevator industry. It was a very intriguing problem because these kind of quizzes are very deep and very technical and not very easy to organize. But the work for this started more than a year ago, and the teams from both ISEE organizing team, TAC Consulting and Nexus have been working together to try and put this quiz. This quiz had multiple levels and stages. We had many hundreds of teams from across the country register and take part in the quiz. We had online rounds, multiple of them, to keep shortlisting the number of teams, and after multiple online rounds, we had 18 teams who were selected to come here to Mumbai, and in Mumbai had this lovely ISEE 2024 Expo. We've had 3 semi-final rounds with 6 teams each, and from each semi-final round we selected the top 2 teams to make it here to the grand finale. The grand finale had 4 teams from one representative company, which was Otis, and 1 team each from Schindler and Johnson Lifts. But champion, the first ever champion of ISEE 2024 quiz, which is called Kaun Banega Mahaguru, because you really have to be a Mahaguru to understand these codes and standards in its entirety, was the team from Johnson Lifts. And we had teams from Otis finishing in 2nd and 3rd place, with the 3rd place going into a tiebreaker and the team from Schindler narrowly losing out. So my name is Venkatesh Venki Srinivasan from Nexus Consulting, and I was the quiz master and host for this quiz, and along with my team, we designed the various rounds and formats for this quiz and worked very closely with the TAC Consulting, the ISEE 2024 team to create the questions, and there was an expert jury which created and vetted all the questions and made sure that we were technically accurate, and yet we presented it in a gamified and fun fashion.
Yeah. Actually, I came on board very late. All these technical inputs and the idea behind this was directed from our BIS headquarters, where our electrotechnical department is making these standards on lifts and escalators and the moving walkways. So they are the people who are actually involved technically in designing in this. And of course, Mr. Matthews is involved in our technical committee as the chairperson, and he is the one, I think, the main brain behind this idea of the quiz. At BIS, at the Bureau of Indian Standards, normally earlier also we have had a number of quizzes, but they were directed towards creating awareness among the students and the academia about our Indian standards. So this is first quiz of its kind, where actually the technical content and the knowledge about knowledge about the standards within the industry. I think this is one of its first quiz which has been done for the industry itself. So I hope in future other industries also we will evaluate and make more such quizzes. And it's very interesting. It was very good to be part of it. In the end, I think I must congratulate Mr. Venkatesh and Mr. Matthew for designing such a intensive quiz. In fact, there are a number of standards, and I think they have tried to touch upon each of those standards relevant for the industry. And they have taken questions from all the standards, and I think it must have been very difficult designing a number of questions from so many standards. And they have had several rounds earlier. Of course, I have not seen the earlier round, but what I saw today and heard today, I think tells us what a great effort they have done in designing this quiz. I think you must have designed 1,000 or more questions.
800.
800, yeah. So 800 questions from the standards itself. I think there are 25 odd standards probably from which these questions were created. But they were beautifully created, and I think the level of participation of the candidates who actually participated in the quiz, the enthusiasm and the way they had gone about it was really commendable. I think they have done what we want to achieve. We want to create awareness among the industry about our standard. So this is really a good platform. I think this quiz is one of the milestones, I'll say, which will help us in making more future strident steps towards making the industry, other industries also aware about the standards applicable to them.
Very proud of having been associated with ISEE Quiz 2024, and I would believe we have managed to achieve the objective, and it's a great start. We will continue this initiative to ensure that it spreads out even wider.